Greetings, it is I, Dreadscape Gaming, the harbinger of destruction, the dragon of the abyss. How are all you doing? We're gonna be playing some Dead by Daylight PTB. Jason Voorhees, aka Jason, because now he's part of Jason universe, is here. I'm gonna be jumping into custom matches. I'm playing a different build than the version that I was playing on YouTube yesterday. So, if you're watching on YouTube, I was playing a build with Whispers. We're not gonna do that today. In fact, I'm going to change the build up, and we're going to put a fire up on it. The reason for fire up is because Jason is a 4.4 killer. He is a little bit slower. So I do not want to really have to be super slow when I'm not in omnipresent evil. So the next best fix is, since basically gens get done very quickly in this game anyway, fire up will give us a speed boost to make us a bit quicker, so that whenever we're not in omnipresent evil, we don't have to necessarily rely so much on the actual spear, projectile weapon as it's called. The other thing that I can tell you, Dreadknights, is that I will be doing mostly customs with bots. The reason for this is because the PTB, a lot of people have already left the PTB and are back on live servers, so it'll take us probably like 2 hours to maybe get 1 or 2 matches going, and because I don't have like a group of people I can play with at this time, because most of my friends are on the West Coast right now, and they're not available, I will just jump into this with bots. The bots, for the most part, are pretty good at looping and are pretty good practice dummies. The only thing is they do move a little bit erratically at times, and some things that you'll do, like projectile weapon, like, usually when you throw it, there's going to be a bit of discrepancies. Because, like, a regular player will probably either stay in that straight line and won't randomly zigzag, or they'll run a specific loop. And the bots don't necessarily do that. They do something a little bit differently. So they kind of can throw you off a bit, I guess is the point that I'm trying to make. If the game's too low, let me know. If I'm too loud, let me know. If I'm muted, which I'm not muted, I just double check. Let me know. All those things kind of help tremendously with the channel. I am playing a skin that looks very similar to the New Blood fit. The good thing is none of these cosmetics are linked, so you can actually mix and match the pieces. I did read, actually, on Twitter/X earlier, that apparently there is a very open relationship between Jason Universe and Behavior/Dead by Daylight, to the point that we're probably going to get a lot more cosmetics in the future, because they're allowing Behavior to take, like, civil liberties with the license to create their own kind of lore for Jason, which I think is quite special in that retrospect, right? Because when you think about it, there was also the short film that came out. It's now privated, which Angry Orchard was like the sponsor for it, called Sweet Revenge, and that kind of took a little bit of deviations from the regular Jason lore that we've usually come to know. Okay, so I found David. I was surprised I was able to find survivors so quickly. We missed the spear. See how I said that the bots move a bit erratic, so it's kind of hard to predict their every movement? See, like, usually a survivor won't do that or get caught there. Doesn't matter because I won't be able to. I'm using an add-on that when I vault over a window or I break a pallet, I will be able to, like, re-get my spear, but because that's not technically a window that I vaulted over, it doesn't give us that. I think I'm going to break chase here, so I can kind of just look at the rest of the gens here. Now, for those of you who don't know, Omnipresent Evil, basically, you become undetectable, you move much quicker, you can track survivors via footsteps that you can see, you don't see scratch marks, and also, when they're kind of standing still, you see this, like, red cloud, I guess is the best way to explain it, aura to them. However, if they crouch, that's the one thing it counters that. So there's a possibility that some of these bots will do things to intentionally counter Jason. That's why I was trying Whispers for a bit on the build yesterday on YouTube. If you missed the stuff that I did on YouTube, definitely check it out, because it's going to be much different from the playstyle here. This type of playstyle, I'm kind of playing late game, you could say. So I'm kind of intentionally want most of the gens to pop, just so I can be quicker and I can kind of turn the tide around a bit. Okay, we found some scratch marks. It's David again. Is this the only person I'm going to see this whole game? It's Default David, as they call him. Alright, let's pass through here. I think we're okay. This is a pretty safe loop for them. I just gotta aim the spear. I need them to drop the pallet. Got him. And the one thing I've noticed with these pallets is definitely try to aim your spear a little higher up, just based on the fact that you need to release the spear earlier. So you want to throw it before they drop the pallet, so you have to overcompensate for the distance in which the pallet is going to fall and block the spear. So it's better to try to aim for their shoulder if you can. I know it's, like, very hard to do. It's really hard on controller to do. It's easier on mouse and keyboard because you have a little bit more fluidity in the motions, but as I've mentioned in the past here, Dreadknights, you know, I used to do a lot of pro gaming, a lot of speedruns, and my hands have severe carpal tunnel at this point, as well as tendonitis, to the point that I don't really like to use mouse and keyboard because my hands cramp and they hurt quite a lot, which is why I play on controller, because it's a bit more comfortable. That was easy because she just ran a straight line. Okay, come on, Cheryl. Where are you going, Cheryl? She can make this. Thing is she gonna loop it? No, she didn't. I'm surprised she didn't go back to vault it there. She had a perfect distance there. That's why I said sometimes the bots can be a little bit unpredictable. But we'd never get any matches going if we waited for, like, PTB servers, because there's not a lot of people playing. Okay. So, I think in this situation, what we're going to do is we're going to patrol every single gen and see. Could have swore I saw something there. Nope, they had already made the save. That's so unfortunate. You poor unfortunate soul. Alright. I see them. It's a 2-for-1 special. I'm going to stay with Cheryl here. Even though some people would complain that I'm tunneling right now, but she's like the easier one to get. I say that as I completely lose sight of her right there. She ran right into me and threw me off. Quote unquote, she was the easier one to get, Dreadknights. That was not to be the case there. Alright, let's look around. I don't see anything. No, nothing there. Let's check around over here. Sometimes it's hard to track, because we gotta hear for a gen, or we gotta... Oh! Never mind, I hear the song, but I don't see them. Are you running the loop? Did you auto-run the loop because you saw me coming a mile away? Who is this? It's David! I didn't expect to see you again, David. Do I have a projectile? I do. Swing! That was unfortunate. What are you doing? What are you doing, David? Are you trying to do the same thing that Cheryl did? I think the bots are trying to do, like, the 180 spin that most streamers do. You can't do that slow. It has to be a really quick spin to be able to do it. I can't even do it because you need to be able to do it on, like, mouse and keyboard. But it's a really quick 180 that you do, so that when they go to swing the weapon, they miss. Or they'll hit, like, one of the... Oh, hold on. Hold that thought. This projectile, we can maybe jump scare them there. I was in the wrong position. That's the way... Okay. There's 2 of them. I thought I saw somebody in the locker, but I'm gonna... I could have swear that said the locker. Or was it behind the locker? They were behind the locker. Okay, that's fine. That was a wasted opportunity there. We squandered it. This gen's almost done. It's regressing. I can't kick it. So the perks I'm using is Merciless Storm, Hex Ruin. I am also using Fire Up. I'm gonna wait here a sec. I see the footsteps. Worst case scenario, I could just force a jump scare so they don't run too quick. Okay, so that's Rebecca. No, that's not Rebecca. That's Fang. What are you doing, Fang? Where are you going, Fang? Oh! Good job. See, that's the 180 spin that I was talking about. If you do it quick enough, you could kind of force a killer to 2 gens pop. I would normally be annoyed by that, but the fact of the matter is it's just going to power me up a bit. I'm going to break chase here and go back to these gens over here. And see. There is somebody around here, but where? Killer instinct far away. I think that's Fang still. Yeah, it's Fang. I would know the screams anywhere. Fang, are you trying to run this loop? You are. We gotta wait for the spear. She's probably gonna try to drop on my head, so I gotta wait. Ah, it was off there. See, you gotta be precise. I'll grab the hook there if I can. Maybe I should wait, because she's probably gonna vault the window. She didn't vault the window. Smart. Okay, now she'll vault the window that way. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can bait her. 2. She vaults it one more time. She can't vault again. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna break chase here for a second because I need the spear. Is she gonna continue to run it? We're wasting time, but worst case scenario, it'll just give us... Oh, that would have been a right hit there had I not swung too early. The thing is, we're a lot quicker now, case in point, because Fired Up has gotten already 3 stacks. So, we've got some speed on our side. Where are you going? I was trying to hook that. I want to show off a really cool thing. Swung too late there. It's okay, we'll get her. She's eventually gonna make a mistake. 2 gen situation. 1 person is on 2nd hook state. 3rd person is on 1 hook, and Fang is about to take a hook here. Still pretty good. Also keep in mind that when you do rip off a hook from one of the hooks, thank you, whoever that was. I do greatly appreciate whatever that was there, or whoever that was, a follow, subscribe, or whatever. I do appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Nothing. Oh, yep. I saw somebody in the distance, but I wasn't too sure. So when you rip off a hook, you have to wait for it to kind of replace unless you go into omnipresent evil. Alright, let's see here. I am going to swing. Take that hit. Nice, nice, nice. Let's continue to push it. Push it to the limit. She's going to make the save. You know, you can actually hit 2 survivors at the same time with the spear, but I've never been able to do it because I'm a bit off with that. I should stick with her because I'm quick because of Fire Up. It might not look like it, but Fire Up gives you a lot of late game value with Jason, so it makes you a lot quicker. We basically turn into a 4.6 speed killer with it. Maybe a little bit slightly more when you think about it. The other thing, too, is, like, I'm still trying to test out, like, gem regressions because I'm trying to figure out if diminishing returns really affects it a whole bunch. Because I generally, as a killer, like to play gem regression just because you've seen here, that the gens always seem to fly by way too quickly, which kind of forces you into difficult positions. We see scratch marks around the rocks, maybe. Let's see if I can cut them off here. Running the loop again. I think this might be... Fang is still injured, so it's Fang. She's doing a good job. I'm gonna kick this. Rather not deal with it now. I wanna, for science here, if they're still hanging there, we might be able to get them with a killer instinct. Nope. Okay. So much for that. Are you in the locker? No. We would have heard the screams if she was in the locker, but I check it just in case. You never know. Gen was being worked on here, which means there's somebody close. I'm gonna kick it, because I have to. In a 2-gen situation, then I gotta start kicking gens. The good thing is they might have forced themselves into a 3-gen. Maybe. Okay, so that was a fast roll. Let's do it from here and see if we see anybody. No. Open again to trigger in our killer instinct. That did not work in our favor. Look around here. Nothing there. Caw, caw, caw. Okay, push over this way instead. And that was a spike, but that wasn't an internet spike. Sometimes the servers for PTB are a bit wonky, so you'll see like glitches and everything. They did do a patch yesterday to kind of fix things. I think it was to remove the buggy animation when you throw a spear, because the first day of PTB, Jason, after he threw a spear, would do like the hand motion again for it, which looked very awkward. I hear the killer instinct, but I don't see it. Okay, it's over on that side. Let's kick this gen now. I gotta keep this gen. That's the error problem too now, because now if you kick the same gen like 3 times, it gives you a punishment thing, which I don't really understand that, considering there's a perk called Pop Goes the Weasel. So I don't understand why Behavior put that in. I guess to give killers a little bit of a nerf, but... I mean, kicking gen builds aren't as prevalent anymore. Okay, that's Cheryl. Where are you going, Cheryl? Cheryl, by the way, is from Silent Hill, for those of you who don't know. Same game with Pyramid Head in it. Cheryl... Cheryl, where are you going? I missed. She's gonna get that pallet. Oh, she knew she couldn't get it, but she could drop it now if she wanted to. I'm gonna pick up the projectile here. Hopefully she runs this shack again. Looks like she was smart. She didn't run the shack. Let's go over here. No screams there. Looking over here, there is a gen. Let's kick it. Again, that's the same gen that we kicked before, so it's not really gonna regress its punishment. Which sucks too, because I really don't want that gen to pop at that point. There's somebody over there. That's the one thing about Killer Instinct. I do feel a lot more comfortable with Jason now, because I've really gotten a hold on his powers for the most part. It's just timing the spear sometimes that can be a bit hard. Like, it'd be nice if we had a crosshair for it, kind of like Springtrap does. Some people on YouTube yesterday that were, like, viewers of mine were pointing out that they felt like Jason's Springtrap 2.0. I don't think that's the case. Honestly, Jason, to me, feels closer to the spirit with a projectile than he does Springtrap. Because the thing with Springtrap is you have to interact with doors and stuff. Here, you're not interacting with Jason's teleport in any way. When you also think about Jason's omnipresent evil, there's a combination of all 4 powers of Friday the 13th, the game mixed into one. That is David's Death Hook. I am going to give him a Mori here just to show people on Twitch in case you haven't seen it yet. Hopefully it doesn't get censored out here. I'll rip his guts like so. Then we're going to light him on fire. Anybody of you got a match? It doesn't matter. I could do it on my own. Watch that. Look at that. Sweet, 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 sweet suffering Dreadknights. Alright. Let's go further this way. I could have swore they were going to go back to the well there and get another one. That was not to be the case, though. Alright. I see scratch marks there, but I need to see if somebody else is working on this. Oh, it's the same gen. See, they're desperate to make this one. I can actually break a pallet in Omnipresent Evil and see if it causes... There we go. And because I broke a pallet, I have an add-on that automatically adds a spear to my hand. Some people call this projectile. To me, it's like a spear because you're throwing either a pipe or you're throwing a piece of metal. Is that Zarina? How's it going, Zarina? I even remember having Zarina as a survivor. I wonder where I picked her up. I don't even remember. I missed. That's a skill issue confirmed. Okay. Let me grab this. I don't know if she's going to continue to run shock. She is. This actually benefits me because of fire up, so I'm already quick where I can make that window. Normally, without fire up, I wouldn't be able to make that, though. Okay. Let's see if I can time this. I'm way too off on that. Too late. The thing, too, is the wind-up at... How'd she get all the way over there that fast? She's a fast one. Somebody's working on Gen, but I don't want to break chase necessarily here because I really do need to get in her hook. I might have to sacrifice a gen here and hope for the best. Let's see if somebody's hanging around doing that gen. They are. 2 of them are doing it. Okay, so that was the right play to make there. Let's see. We got that. Zarina's injured, so I'm going to go for Zarina. We could put her on a hook. The Fang is kind of annoying, but at this point, we'll deal with Fang later. Well, the good thing is there's 2 survivors that are on their death hook. And there's 2 survivors that are on their first hook. So we're fine. Pretty good in this case. I think the Fang and the Cheryl are the ones I'm going to have to worry about the most here. I don't know if I can kick that. I don't even remember which gens are the ones not to kick. They already made the save in typical fashion. Somebody was here and they already ran. That's regressing because of Surge. Let's go back over here, see if I can give them a jump scare. I can. I had to do it from farther away, though, because there's not, like, a lot of position. This killer, she got caught on the rock there, so that's actually a pity. But I missed the spear. I was trying to see if I could go for the cool Mori. The mini Mori, where you project them on the wall. I haven't been able to do that one yet. Swing. Alright. I am going to just put her on a hook, because the reason for that is, as cool as the Mori is, in this situation, I would lose a lot of time in the animation, which could give them the ability to do that last gen. So I don't want to kind of waste time. Normally I would do it, but not in this particular situation. Because it's only 2 gens left. And if they pop, and they're doing a very good job right now of getting them popped. Because they're basically rotating the map, touching them little by little. Are you... This is probably Cheryl. Could be either of them because they're healed up, though. I'm assuming it's probably Cheryl. No, it's Fang. This might not work. I'm hoping that we jump out of there and can cut her off. No, she was smart. She ran their way when she saw that I went into Omnipresent Evil to then work with Cheryl. I feel like they move so quick, even as bots. She's running a bad area. She's hugging the wall. She got caught like a dum-dum. Alright. Now this problem is she's... I'm gonna hit Cheryl next, too, because ideally here, if they're both injured, it works in my benefit. Because then if one of them goes to make the save, they can't heal up. As opposed to the other way, I would be just single targeting one. And I could probably cost myself a 4K here. I don't know if we'll get a 4K. Maybe we'll get a 3K at best. Depending. They have stopped working on gens, though, so as a benefit. Fire up here could give me a lot of value again. Let's continue to run there. Where are you going, Cheryl? Where are you going? I'm so off with that. A normal survivor probably would have ran a straight line there. We would have had an easier time hitting that projectile. Just gonna run this loop. I guess this she'll loop it 3 times. We were able to hit her here, though. Again, fire up because we get a lot of speed. That wasn't Bloodlust there. Fire up because they've done so many gens. We have, as you can see behind me on the shoulder, 3 tokens of fire up. So we're super quick right now, Dreadknights. Put them on the hook. Oh, no. This guy's good. You with me? Dreadknights? Dreadknights, are you still on Twitch with me? Okay. Let's kick these gens. Alright, alright. Thank you. Hopefully these guys are still with me. I apologize if you're having an issue. Alright. She's on her hook. If you miss something, basically we just down Cheryl. We're continuing to push in here. Don't see... Let's kick this gen for safety. Okay. Ha ha ha. Continue here. Okay. Breakthrough. They're going for the save. This is why I hit both of them. Remember I said hitting both of them was better, because then there's 2 of them injured, which will give us a higher chance of going for the 4K? This is that situation. Oh my god! That was a perfect pallet. I can't even get mad at that. I like the fact that Jason kind of just walks it off like it's nothing compared to our killers. They'll just be like, roar, and they like let out a groan. Okay. See here. I can't swing from there. I need her to do it at least one more time. She ran it. So now that's blocked off by the entity. Yep, now it is. But she's just going to run the volt. See if she volts this. Yep, she's going to keep running this. Ideally we need to hit a spear here. That's the only way we'll get her. And I missed. She was so fast right now. It's okay. Don't worry, don't panic. Dead by Daylight is all about not losing your composure, particularly when you're playing killer role anyway. So we won't get rattled. They're both injured and they haven't healed up, so we're still in the winning spot and they haven't done the gens. And by now, both of those gens are regressed quite a bit, unless Fang is doing some work right now. Alright, so we got Cheryl again. She's gonna run this loop because she wants the pallet drop. It's off, but I think we're gonna force her to slow. Yep, slow volt, so we're good. Let's kick that pallet. Okay. We were gonna Mori her here, and then we gotta look for Hatch, which is easier said than done. She did one of the gens during that time. That was a brave thing. But she probably knew. It doesn't matter because now it's the Hatch. Can we get the 4K here, Dreadknights? Do you think we'll be able to get the 4K? I think we'll be able to. Trust the process, as the saying goes. Oh. Oh, that's so bad. I just jump scared out of it, but I hear the Hatch. Oh, we lost it. Oh, well. That was because of our power, but the Hatch was literally right at the mountain, so Cheryl was able to escape there. That's unfortunate. 3K is still basically a win by Dead by Daylight standards, and we got 34K points, which means we did our role as a killer pretty effectively. I can't complain at all there. If you're just joining us, we are playing Dead by Daylight PTB chapter. Jason chapter. I'm having a blast playing Jason Voorhees. We'll go into another game. There's not too much that we have to do in retrospect to that. Let's play some motivational music while we're at it, because I love the fact we get sound alerts on Twitch. I mean, we need some hype, right? We need some hype. Let's hype ourselves up right now. Gotta have the Eye of the Tiger to lock in. Ba 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 ba. Bum 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 bum. I'm really not a fan of the cowshed map though. Bum bum bum. There we have it. There's the aura. That's the only good thing about this map. But the problem is the corn. You lose them in the cornfield so much. Alright, shall we, Dreadknights? Shall we continue? Let's see here. We're gonna run a safe loop. Maybe I come for the spear, perfect. That was dead on only because they ran straight. Is there a basement there? Because that would be ideal to just do basement shenanigans. There's not, though. That means that the basement is probably over in the farmhouse. This is my least favorite map. This is better for survivors, in my opinion. Some people say it's killer side, but I don't see how. But this big cornfield, like, I mentioned this on YouTube yesterday, but on YouTube, what the hell? There's a David right there, just like, what are you doing? Trying to get in your daily steps or something? Are you still here? That was such erratic behavior. I don't even know. Oh, David, what are you doing, bro? Swing. Got ya. All right, let's continue to push here. He's gonna run the loop, or did he break from loop? No, he's still running it. He's trying to get this pallet. Maybe we trick him. How do I walk this way? Let me see if I can trick him. He ran far. He didn't even stay with the loop. Okay. Why did you teabag me? Did you see that? The bot freaking teabagged me. Well, I wanted to make sure David was somewhere. So it was that. I don't know if we'll get bloodlust. Probably not. I think he's going to be able to make the window before I can swing. Yep. I can throw the spear, though. But I missed. I threw it too late. Break that pallet. Get good. Let's move over this way. Okay. There's the red aura, as you see. When they're standing still, you can see like a cloud. That's Cheryl, correct? Yep. 1 gen done. I hate this particular loop because it's hard to do. You have to cut her off at this part. So ideally, I don't want to do it from a long stretch, but I gotta do it here. The only thing good about that was she slow vaulted. Had she fast vaulted and had like an exhaustion perk of some sort, I probably wouldn't have been able to do that. I saw a lot of people complaining about the new survivor perk from the PTB. We don't have the actual survivor in the PTB because I think it's supposed to be a surprise for the 10th anniversary chapter. As I said, it's not related to Jason chapter. But it should be interesting what it's going to be. I don't even know if we're actually getting a survivor. I'm assuming they probably will. Because for the 10th anniversary, not to have like a killer and a survivor, even if they're not related, it'd be kind of cool. Maybe it's Rhea Ripley, but I doubt it because the perks like say, they imply like something that would be more along the lines of what Julian, which is a friend of Michaela, and Sable is. I'm going to break chase from thing to see if we can get one of the air survivors here. Oh, the problem is there's not really a jump scare area for me, you see? Got the jump scare from here, but by then we're gonna just run away. That's the one kind of disadvantage. You can't jump scare. If you could jump scare in front of the hook, that would have been funny. But then you'd be like too broken power. I think I can hit this. Yep. So, plus side there, we get Cheryl. Oops. Use the power again. I thought for a second there that we actually had the ability one to do the mini-mori. But apparently, that wasn't the case there. Cheryl, how about I just put you on a hook because we lost a lot of time. 3 gens already. See how quick I said the gens go by, which is why fire up is like super important. Okay. Good. Alright, we got some screams there. This Fang is the one that's injured. So, vault the window. I missed that. I should have missed that technically. The game gave us a freebie. We'll accept it. I didn't realize that that was going to be the case. Okay, let's put them on the hook. Ah, chill out. It's just a flesh wound Fang. Let's reposition here. Jump scare again. I've gotten a lot better with Jason over the course of this week. I have played quite a lot. I think, though, the next time I do play Dead by Daylight, I won't be doing it on PTB. I'll probably go back to live servers. So I can play some Survivor rounds, because it takes a while to get Survivor rounds as Jason. Let's push through here. Where are you going? 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 No? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? I can hit that. That is the best glitch that I've ever seen happen in the game. Do you see that? Are you for real? I know about hit detection validation, but that's insane. I didn't even have a spike whatsoever there. I didn't see it till way afterward. Make it make sense, game. PTV is kind of buggy, though. That's why it's a public test build. It's not like the final version of it. Okay. Let's see here. Look around. I don't see too many people. Maybe we should give a listen here. Oh, there was somebody on this gen. Unfortunately now, because I did do that. Okay, we saw the red stain there for a bit. Red cloud, whatever you want to call it. Is this somebody who's injured, or is this somebody that's got full health? I think it's full health. Yep, it's Fang. She's healed up. Her teammates healed her. This, we should be able to cut her off at some point. Because of Bloodlust. Thanks to also fire up or slightly quicker. If I could throw the spear, it would be ideal. Let's see if I can kind of trick her. And make her make a mistake. Probably not. The bots are programmed to run this a specific way. Sometimes I feel like they run this a little bit better than even survivors that you play with that are randoms. Okay. Come here. Do you fast vault it? Let's break it. She already break chased. I kind of knew that at that point. They got my Hex, so we no longer have Hexer in. Just fine. Jump scare them there. Hello, David! Hello, Zarina! Which one should I hit? Obviously, Zarina's close. She's taking the hit for David. What a true trooper. David's being a bit of a wussy, don't you think, Dreadknights? Where are you going? I'm not afraid of you. Why did she do that? Okay. I guess maybe there wasn't... Oh, she was going back to the pallet. She had overshot the pallet. Oh, that's hilarious. I wasn't expecting that. She actually overshot the pallet there. It's just, wait, the pallet's there. Is there somebody here? Wait your turn, I'll deal with you next. Who is it, though? Is it Fang or is it David? The pallet's broken. They're running this way. Huh. Where are you going? Okay, a fast vault over this. Cheryl? Or Fang? Sounded like Fang to me. I know she's behind me, but I need to get... Oh, the Jensen already regressed. She's behind me. Let me see, because I'm going to try to make a save on him. Yep, predicted it. So it was Fang, and Fang was trying to psych us out just to make the save. We'll give her a chase. Okay. Again, this is so safe for her. Skip pallet, but we get the hit there. I don't think we deserve that hit, but we'll take it. Thank you, whoever that was, for the follow, like, wherever it was. I do greatly appreciate it. Most importantly, I appreciate you. Let's continue to give chase here. I'm gonna throw the spear here, but it might be difficult. Dreadknights. You guys see... Swing it. Got her. I would have hoped to impale her on the wall, so you guys here on Twitch could have seen that. I was getting quite a few wall impales yesterday on YouTube. I'm kind of getting used to this particular build, though, because this is way different than the Whispers one. The Whispers one is kind of like trying to apply very early game pressure, and then like trying to tunnel people out of the game. This one's trying to play it a bit more passively and letting fire up proc quite a bit, so then you can kind of play from behind. Which is kind of a double-edged sword when you think about it, truly. Okay. Let's see here. I don't see anything. Let's just break this pallet. I'm gonna use the power to do it just in case there's somebody hanging around. Nope. Okay, that was a waste of our power then. That's okay, I'll come back on cooldown. So, if anybody's in chat and stuff, how do you feel about the Dead by Daylight chapter, Jason chapter? You like it? Do you dislike it? I saw a lot of people that were unhappy about it because they're not familiar with the killer Jason himself. Or I felt like it was just gonna be an M1 killer. She turned out not to be. Yeah, I know there were some people who were hoping for Slenderman. There's an interesting thing. The person who actually owns kind of the rights to Slenderman technically owns a character, the Operator, which is a little bit different from Slenderman. Has hit up Dead by Daylight and said that they would be interested in having the Operator in Dead by Daylight. Probably because he saw how much viral marketing happened via the Cabin live stream where people were thinking it was Slenderman and stuff, so it's kind of renewed some interest in basically the IP that he is the rights holder to. So it should be kind of fascinating if they do it or not. Again, I've been kind of wary of having Slenderman in Dead by Daylight, just based on the fact that Slenderman is associated with those gruesome IRL murder, you know, with the teenagers. So it makes me feel uncomfortable to have the character in it. Again, I never really was into that type of like internet analog horror. Again, I'm a millennial, so to me, I don't really care for Slenderman because I don't really buy into that. You know, that's like with... Might as well, at that point, I feel like you might as well put the characters from the Stanley Parable, was it? In? I forgot what it's called. It's like an analog horror thing. Ostar showed it to me, like, years and years and years ago. And I thought it was okay, but it's like, I don't into, like, those analog horror things. I don't find them scary, first of all. So, like, I know a lot of people find, like, Slenderman scary. I don't find it scary. It kind of created a generation of kids that are kind of like a cult. And then that murder stuff happens. So it's like, you know. If they do it, good for the people who enjoy Slenderman. I personally just, eh. You know, but then again, there's people who are going to say they didn't really care for Jason, right? And they felt like Jason didn't. So, you know, to each their own. Like, I know there's a lot of people unhappy about Pennywise, because they felt like a lot of the teases in the 10th anniversary were for Pennywise. But again, for me, like, Pennywise can't make it into Dead by Daylight because he's owned by Stephen King, because the novel was written by Stephen King. Stephen King has licensed his property out to movie studios so that they can do, you know, It, Chapter 1 and 2, and then, obviously, there's the miniseries. But Stephen King has gone on the record many times in the past, even in interviews, to say that he dislikes video games. Because video games rot people's brains, he dislikes them. He doesn't like the whole culture of video games, so that's why his IPs would never be included in a video game. So theoretically, it'd be very impossible for Dead by Daylight behavior to be able to get the Ed chapter. I'm not saying like it's impossible. They've done some crazy things in the past and gotten some licenses that I didn't think they were going to be able to get. You know? So, and they got back Stranger Things, right? Which nobody thought Stranger Things was going to be able to come back. So, maybe they could pull it off. But I know Stephen King doesn't really want his characters in video games because he just likes it. So I really don't see how they would do that. Like, my personal want list is going to be different for killers as opposed to maybe somebody who's a bit more of a zoomer. So, like, for me, there's the aura there. We can jump scare perfectly there. Actually, we had really good positioning there. I felt good about that. Okay. So, for me, like, if I had top 5 killers I would like to see in Dead by Daylight, number 1 for me concurrently would be The Thing. You know, the creature from The Thing, the 1982 movie, as well as technically the 1933 movie, as well as technically some other things. I would like to see the thing from be included in Dead by Daylight. Like, that's my number 1 thing. It would be kind of cool to have a killer in the game that can morph into our survivors and play like those mind games and do the gen and then transform. I would love to see that, and that's the thing would be able to do that. Great. I think John Carpenter would be willing to let the thing into Dead by Daylight. I could see him doing that. Oh, I missed that. I don't even know how I missed that outside of like erratic behavior from the bot. Like, case in point there, they did the 180. That's kind of smart there because I have a wind-up animation on the blade, so then I can't, but she didn't have anywhere to run to there. There is an ad that is going to be starting. Unfortunately, normally if I was playing a single-player game on Twitch, I would pause. But unfortunately, this is an online-only game. I can't pause the action that's happening. So I apologize. I know some people don't like to watch ads on Twitch, but that does help me as a creator be able to do certain things on the channel and help fund various or different projects. So definitely, you know, consider sitting through them. You can also subscribe to bypass them if you need to. Okay. This gen is done. Let's give it a good kick here. Alright. Normally, for those of you who aren't subscribed here, I would pause the action if it's a game that I can pause the action in just to let the ad play. But unfortunately, the game that I'm playing concurrently can't pause the action because I'd basically lose. I was trying to bait out borrow time, but I guess that wasn't 20 seconds. That's fine. Sphere. So yeah, I would like... Oh, we impaled her here. I'm going to show you the mini-mori, for those of you who haven't seen it yet on Twitch. Okay, another gen's done, but that's fine. You just basically rip out the guts. It's a very quick, fast mori, so it gets you back into the action. That could only happen if you impaled the survivor with the spear and they're on the ground, or you impale them on the wall. If it's on the wall, it's a much, much different mori that you have. Okay, good. Let's pass through here. Oh, there's 2 survivors there. I'm trying to see if I can go for David. David might be the easier of the 2 to hit. I stand corrected. Then run for the pallet. I don't want to finish the top 5 list because I'm waiting for the ad break to be over. In case these people are wondering. Swing that. 1. Okay. You gonna jump this? You are. You gonna keep running it? No, you didn't. Actually, that's smart. He might have gone away from that. Let's see if he stays there. Okay. Well, we see him there. He ran far away. That's the one good thing about Jason's powers. Sometimes when it feels like he might not be able to finish the chase, you can do like funny things like that with the jump scare. Hi. And because it was undetectable for a bit, it might have thrown him off. Swing. He's late on that. Plus, look at how many gens are done. We have a full stack of fired up at this point. 4. We could technically get 5 if the last gen is, but ideally we don't want them doing that last gen because I won't be able to turn around. So we have David. I think this is Death Hook for you? No, this is your first hook. Death Hook for Fang. We gotta find the Fang now. That's easier said than done. Oh, maybe not. She's coming to rescue him. Behind us. He's trying to make the save, which is fine. Ad break is over in 12 seconds. I'll go back to it. Sure? Okay, that was pretty fast. We can jump scare through the window. Just to see if we can catch one of them off. David is there. Fang just teabagged me. I don't know why. That was cute of her. Welcome back for those of you who are on an ad break. So like I was saying before, top 5 killers I'd like to see in Dead by Daylight. The Thing from the 1982 remake version of the film. I think it would be cool to have a killer that could shapeshift into survivors and play mind games. I would really love to see that. It would be nice. That was way too early on my part. I don't even know what I was doing. Number 2, I would like to see Art the Clown, aka Terrifier from the Terrifier movie. I think it would be kind of cool to be able to... She's going to drop that pow. I'm going to have to break it. I had no choice there. Yeah. But we do get a projectile because of my add-on, so... I thought we were going to be able to get her there. That's unfortunate, but... We're going to keep giving her chase. Let David maybe do a gen here. This is a safe one, too, because she has not only... things she can bolt, but she also has a pallet. Let's see if we can get maybe Bloodlust going here. I might break chase just so I can pick up the hook. And kind of force her into a situation where maybe we can impale her. Nope, she's too smart. I could aim it a little bit higher, but it might miss. That's why I don't want to do it. So she went to break chase now. Is she gonna go loop shack? She's gonna loop shack. Everybody likes this. This is usually a safe loop, but you can only run this so much time. You need Gop out, which she doesn't have. I missed there too. This might work on her benefit because if she vaults this window a couple times, I could catch up to her. Got her. Again, fired up because we have 4 stacks. Normally, I wouldn't be able to do that. Alright. I am going to Mori her here and hope that we can get Hatch. Pick we can. Rip your guts out. Show me your guts. I'm getting all up in your... Fire, fire. Nice! Sweet, sweet, sweet suffering, Dreadknights. The glorious suffering. This is why you don't mess with the great and powerful Dreadscape Gaming. Ooh, we found Hatch, too. Couldn't have worked any better. Now we just gotta find David. David! Oh, David! Where are you, my sweet, sweet David? I miss you, David. Where are you, David? Come back, David. David, you have to make a door. If you don't make a door, you will be fed to the entity. That's not Dread's problem. That's a David problem there. Back in the day, people used to use keys to reopen the hatch. Then they changed keys and the way they work. I don't even know if keys are actually still an item. I haven't seen them in God knows how long. That was a little bit of a yawn. I'm a bit tired. It's been a long week. And a lot of stuff going on. Oh, David. David. Davey, my boy. Where are you, David? I am tired of this cat and mouse game right now, David. Show yourself this instance. If not, I'm going to have to force you out. For real, for real. David. David. Where are you, David? David, why are you constantly holding the W button? Do you think David's hiding in locker? He's just going to let himself get fed to the entity? I mean, it's 4K is a 4K to me. It doesn't really matter. Well, we found David. David, did you think you could really escape from me? I'm the mother-beeping Jason Voorhees. Did you really expect me? Did you really expect to get away? He might actually get away here if I stop. I should stop playing around, I should say. I think I can hit this. I want to impale him on the wall. See how I'm trying to get that fancy Mori? I should have just went for the swing. It doesn't matter. You're dead, David. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing yourself. He tried to get to that door. I mean, in that situation, once you lose Hatch, it's kind of rough. That, at that point, becomes the killer's game to win, and Survivor can't do too much there unless you're really good at looping and can break chase long enough to be able to get to the next door, and that would require, like, one of your teammates having 90'd the door. Alright! We got a 4K there. I didn't expect that we'd get a 4K. I would say the fire up gives us a lot more value in this build than Whispers did. Let me take a sip of hydration. Ah, that's some good H2O there, Dreadknights. We did it. We did it. We won. We won. Some might say that we are the very best around. Wouldn't you agree? We're the best around. No one is gonna ever keep you down. Yes, yes, yes. That's the one thing I like about Twitch. I can play sound alerts. I don't have to worry about, like, YouTube giving me a DMCA for that. Welcome, welcome. Boom. Alright. Again with the cow map? Don't get me wrong, Dreadknights. This is a map where I can kind of win on it. But seeing it 2 times in a row? Baby, no! Why you gotta hurt me like this, Dreadknights? Why? What did I ever do to anybody? What rabbit did I upset to deserve this type of luck? Okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. We could turn this around, Dreadknights. Trust the process, as the saying goes. Trust the process. I don't like, actually, how the gens are spread out here. This is Not a very 4K friendly type of thing. There are 4 gens that are all very close together, and I think based on the fact that we haven't found any of the survivors right now, it's safe to say, oh, yep, they're all kind of bunched up, trying to figure out what they're going to make their play. And I have a lot of places I could do a jump scare from there, too, and it also awkwardly positions me there. Is that Cheryl? I think it's Cheryl. Is that Cheryl? Is that Zarina? It doesn't matter, they're going to be on the hook when I'm done with them. Where are you going? It's Cheryl, I guessed right. I know that little, like, anywhere. Cheryl. What are you doing, Cheryl? I heard from a good friend by the name of Pyramid Head that you're causing chaos to him. Take that. Take a pipe to the knee, I suppose? Does that even sound right? Okay. Cheryl, where are you going? She's got a very safe loop here. Cheryl, come back here. You're gonna drop that pallet. I'm gonna pick up the spear and I'm gonna break it. Drop a pallet way too early, in my opinion. That's called God pallet for a reason. Oh. Okay. She broke Chase. Is she here? She is here. Right? Is that Cheryl? Or is that Fang? It's Fang. Alright. 2 for 1 special. Gosh, I missed there. It's the cornfield. Damn it, it's the cornfield. Children of the corn. So yeah, I would like to see the Fang. I would like to see Art the Clown. I would like to see, if possible, Victor Crowley. Even though I think he's too obscure of a killer, because I think it would be kind of fun. Pumpkinhead would definitely be on my top 5 list. And then I think the last one, I would like to see Angela from Sleepaway Camp. I don't know how you would do Angela's power, but I think that could be kind of cool. Honorable mention. Oh, there's a basement here, so we're going to see if we can play basement shenanigans. Honorable mention. I would like to see Norman Bates. I don't know if they would be able to pull off Norman Bates in Dead by Daylight. Because, I mean, what is it? Norman Bates is like a regular dude with a knife. But I think, like, Norman Bates would be kind of cool for Dead by Daylight. I don't know how they would do that. I don't know how many people own the license to Norman Bates and the characters from Psycho. It's probably divvied up from different companies at this point, because there was the Bates Motel TV series that was years ago at this point. Where are you? We've only had 1 person on hook, and there's nobody really doing gens this game. I went for the basement save. I'll break the pallet here just to get it out of the way. Get some positioning here. Caw. Hi. Let me hit her because she's here. It's free damage. Oh, Fang. Come back, my little Fang. Come back, my little sweet darling. Okay, let's put you back in the basement where you belong. You're gonna go into Jason's basement. We have nice fun things down there. We have hooks. You get a nice little atmosphere. It's very gothic and vibe. Just chill. Just hang out here in Jason's basement. Okay. Let's go back in the power. As you can see, I think I saw a cloud there. I'm gonna ignore it for now because I do want them to make the save if necessary. Just because we can play the basement game again. They're gonna fall into it. You know, if this was like solo queue, they would have just left Fang in the basement and been like, well, good luck with that, fan. Alright, welcome. You broke the doodle. You broke the doodle. You're not supposed to do that. We have a bot in chat. I'm sorry, Dreadknights. Every once in a while, you will get a bot. My apologies for that. Mod, if you can ban, please. Thank you, mod. Alright, let's go. No botty bots here. We don't welcome you. Okay. Let's keep going. Alright. There's 2 of them there. Zarina and Cheryl. Uh-oh. That looked like a bit of a spike there. Okay. I don't think I make this. And I think she's got a safe window. As you can see, there's a little bit of a hitch there. Got yeah, that hit. Yeah, that hit validation worked there. See if I can chase her over here. I'm gonna try to cut her off. She didn't take the bait. She's running over there. She was already very far off. I'm gonna break, maybe chase a second here and see if I can trick her. She's gonna run this again. She's dedicated to this loop. My Hex Rune popped, so now they can finally do the gens in peace. It's kind of unfortunate that Hex Rune is giving us so much value right now. Oh, I gotta get Bloodlust here to be able to catch up to her, and then I got for a spear if possible. She's not dropping the pallet. She's waiting for us to get very close to her, and then just drop it to bonk us on the head. Let's go... Swing. Got ya. Nice. See the impale? The thing is, if we had her on Death Hook, we would be able to do a cool Mori, but unfortunately, that's actually her first hook state there. Let's put her on hook. Ah! She's hurt. That's one hook. Let's keep pushing. Oh, they were trying to make the save. That was actually perfect timing. There's more than one of them there? There is. It's David and Cheryl. Cheryl body blocking for David? Why? You want to be the next victim of Jason Voorhees? I can grant you that wish. Let's kick this Shen. Okay, nice. I'm gonna try to go back over this way. See if we can fake him out. I think I saw clouds over there. Back screaming is from the Zarina that's on the hook. Let's kick this gen. Okay. I like it. I like it so far. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm vibing with this. Where are you? Fast Volt. Okay. Gave me extra information. Oh, not Fast Volt, correction. A hook save. That's bright. Okay. Hang. That's kind of brave. That's smart, though. And their gen done will be quicker because of fire up, though, so that kind of benefits us. Got ya. We predicted that correctly. She's on Death Hook. Oh, but the pipe isn't there. What happened to the pipe? How is she able to remove it? That's the one thing I don't understand of Power. I just lost sight of her. Where's that Fang? Skill issue confirmed, Dreadknight. Skill issue confirmed. Where are you? Did anybody see Cheryl in chat? Or not Cheryl, Fang? Where did her body go? Because I have a add-on that froze her across the screen quite a bit. So it's like, not the best thing to happen right now, Dreadknights. Okay, cool. Let's see. Alright, no, nothing there. Where are you, Cheryl? Not Cheryl, Fang. Oh, we found her. Ask and you shall receive. Fang, Fang, Fang. How many times must I teach you this lesson? You must not be toxic, Fang. This is what I do to toxic survivors. Light the fire. Light her up, boys. Alright. Another one bites the dust. That's actually our first kill of this game, so that's not good, man. Alright, let's look around. Alright, nice. Reposition here. Maybe they're there? Nope. Oh. There we go. Cheryl, I don't think I hit this. Yeah, because she zigzagged. If she stayed straight line there, I would have been fine. Grab the pipe. Move across. Swing. Nice. Got across. I think we're okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna let her drop down. Are you dropping down from there, or are you gonna make me do Bloodlust here? The problem is I have to go back up there to pick her up. I can't pick her up from here. I think I'm just gonna let her bleed out for now. Because, I mean, picking her... It's a shame you can't pick her up from there. Because I have to go up and around. That's like wasting time on the gen. So maybe she'll crawl herself down, and then I'll take care of her and put her on a hook. Until then, I want to find the rest of the survivors, because now I'm wasting like a lot of time. Let's kick this gen. Okay, nice. Let's look around here. I'm fine. This is a somewhat winnable state still. Gonna go check to see if she crawled off there. She didn't. Okay, never mind. We're gonna waste too much time climbing up there and stuff. Let's go target their survivors. We know where they are. I can jump scare by put the wrong direction. That might be fine though, because it'll give us a little bit distance. Who is that? It's Fang again? It's gotta be Fang. Sounds like Fang. Yep. No? Oh, it's Arena, okay. Hello, Zarina. Why must we play this dance again? Do you want to dance? Do you want to tussle? Do you want to hustle? I'm gonna be like John Cena in a second. You can't see me. Okay, good. Okay. Let's shoot. Got her. Again, had she been on Death Hook, we could have done a really cool Mori, but we can't, unfortunately, here, so that's fine. I am going to put her on the hook, and then I'm going to forget it. Set it and forget it, as saying it. Cheryl still hasn't crawled down from there? I was thinking somebody would have already helped her at this point. Let's go back and see what's going on with Cheryl. At the same time, we can also patrol the gens to see if there's anybody working on them. I don't think this David has done Jack Diddley Squat. She's not there anymore, so she did crawl. Where is she, though? I hear her, but now I don't see her. Cheryl, where are you? Oh, honey. Honey just wants to bleed out. Oh, somebody helped her. Nope, somebody hasn't helped her. They went to go save Fang instead. Or Serena, excuse me. Let's check. How did they move so quickly that they're not getting triggered by Killer Instinct? That's a good one. I hear somebody. Is it still? She's injured, but I can't find her body. Which would be perfect because we just put her on the hook at this point. She got him bleed out there? I don't even know at this point, Dreadknights. Let's go shift. It's not shift in this game. I'm picking Friday 13th the game. Alright. Let's see here. Nothing there. I will admit, this time around, this game has been much more passively. They've been a lot more stealthy. It's been a very grind game. Very grindy. Where are you? You're hiding over there. You weren't here before. Where did you crawl to? I think I should leave you on the ground as punishment. I should pick you up, but you would just get off my shoulder at this point, which is kind of pointless, so I'll just let her bleed out. I think she's able to pick herself up because I think they did the anti-slugging things, but if I pick her up, I know what's going to happen. Still nothing from the R2 survivors. They've been quite quiet since that last gen popped. Surprising. Caw. Let's look. Ha ha ha. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, we finally found them. We can jump scare them and jump from here. Hi. It's the wrong direction, though. That might be enough. Did they stop healing them? One of them didn't get to heal, so that's good. Thank you, whoever that was. I do greatly appreciate the follow or subscribe, whichever it was. I do greatly appreciate that. Let's pick this up. Let's see. We can put them in the basement right now. Let's put them on the hook. It's just a flesh room. Chill out, Blondie. Alright. Keep pushing over here. I'm gonna reposition myself somewhere. Looking for the red clouds for those of you who are coming in or curious, like, what the heck is going on. It's exactly what's going on. So we have one survivor in the basement right now. Nobody's gonna make that save. I find that surprising. Made the save. Okay. This actually works on our benefit. Because we can hit a couple of them. Hi. Why are you saving your friend? Should I wait this out? Yeah. Go, run, be free, Cheryl! I'm surprised Cheryl didn't run the shack. I guess she didn't want to get... Oh, that we would have had her there. I'm not gonna make the same mistake again. I'm gonna, like, pick her up. And we'll do the Mori here. I can't do the Mori from there because there's not enough space. I need her to drop down. Oh, honey. Well, she bled out because remember she had been slugged out before. Oh, that's sweet, sweet, sweet suffering, Dreadknights. I think I see somebody there. No? Okay, let's kick the chin. Nice, nice. Let's look over here. Anybody? No. Alright. I think somebody was here on that gen. Sounded like it. You heard that noise? I could have swore I heard something there. Look behind door number 1. Look behind door number 2. Nothing. Door number 3. Because with this gen here like this, I can't help but feel like there's somebody here, and they're just like hiding on a locker, or they're doing their best to crouch. Let's see. Alright, they're bunched up together. This Fang just got a heal. So that's what they were doing. They weren't working on gens, and they were just healing each other, regrouping. Getting a reset, as they would say. That's fine. That's fine. I can't hate on that. I would probably have done the same thing, too. This has been a very fun match, but it's been a grind session, though. I'm looking to see if they'll make their way to end these gens, so again, I can get a jump scare. This also is like their best way to get mobility on the map. The only drawback with Omnipresent Evil is you don't see scratch marks, so instead what you do is you see footsteps. But if they're not moving and they're crouching, it is like the best counter adjacent, so it's kind of... A lot of people were saying he was OP at first. I'm like, no, he's not. He's balanced. He's a very balanced killer. I put him somewhere on A tier. Some people put him on B tier. I think in the right player's hand, Jason could be very fun. And not every killer has to be, like, super OP. I feel like he has a fun base kit and stuff, too. He's not just, you know, M1 killer, some people say. I don't see anything there. Let's check here. Nothing. Nothing. They're really gonna make me wait this one out, Dreadknights. Can't believe we've been playing Dead by Daylight for around 6 minutes. I might do something on YouTube later on, but I might not do it with Mike. Depending. Caw. Anything here? Nothing. Anything here? Nothing. Yep, found them. Took a while. They were being very stealthy. Take that. Zarina. David, can I hit you? Oh, that wasn't David. That was Zarina. It all looked the same. Damn it. I made the same mistake. I thought... Let's see if I can do it. I thought that the pipe was still stuck on her. And I was able to get it like a good morning. Where the hell did I teleport to? Oh boy, I made the same mistake earlier. That's the problem with Jason's power sometimes, at least on controller. Where did you go? You were here, and now you're not. I don't want you to bleed out, too. That was annoying the first time it happened. That's the problem also with the spear. It makes them, with the add-on, go flying a little bit quicker, but I need the extra, like, oomph to it. Because it's kind of fun. On top of that, you get them impaled through the wall a lot of time with it. We'll find her. She's got to be somewhere around here. Surely she's somewhere around here. Surely she's somewhere very nearby. I mean, how far could she have honestly gotten? We hit her around Shack. She has to be near Shack. Did she go inside Shack? No. She's not going to crawl to the basement. That would be kind of stupid on her part. Did she go... This is the stealthiest arena. At this point, I think maybe I should break chase. But the problem is I want to bait out. Patch, where are you, Zarina? Are you down here? Nope. She's close, but I can't pinpoint how far she got. There's no way she got to a pallet, right? Impossible. Impossible she got to a pallet. Those are scratch marks? David's here? Let me see if David's here too. No. I could have sworn so scratch marks. Zarina is healed. So he was waiting to help her. Okay, that's fine. We'll get another reset. That was a dum-dum on my part. Is that Jason from... Yeah, it's Jason from Jason Universe. Yeah. Welcome to stream. Welcome to stream. This is Jason from Fortnite. How are you doing? Vibrant Toucan, is that how you pronounce your name? Welcome. We are just playing some PTB, Jason Voorhees custom matches. Trying to practice spears, and as well as testing a build that I wasn't testing on YouTube yesterday. So I want to see how much value we get with Fire Up. To make him a little bit quicker, because, you know, he's a 4.4 killer, so with Fire Up, he's a little bit quicker. I'm doing good. Just vibing here on this Friday, enjoying a little bit of DBD. It's a nice day out where I am. It's nice and sunny, but I'm kind of tired, so I want to just kind of enjoy and chill, have a game night out tonight. How about you? Are you a big fan of Dead by Daylight? Do you play Dead by Daylight? Alright, so we got Zarina out of the game. 07 to Zarina. Just gotta deal with David, yes. Do you play Survivor or do you play Killer? Okay, they're running the loop. I'm gonna do something silly here. It's not gonna make any sense. But I'm looking for, obviously, the hatch. So if we can get the hatch cut off, I think it's somewhere close to here. Sounds like it. There it is. Happy accident. Yes, mostly Killer. How do you feel about Jason being in Dead by Daylight? Are you a fan of Jason Voorhees? Have you playtested him? Nightbot, subscribe to Dread's YouTube channel. Thank you there, Nightbot. Greatly appreciate that. I always wonder if you can orbital with Jason. In theory, it should be possible. Yes, you can orbital with him. I am terrible at trying to do that. I have seen a couple of streamers already doing orbitals with him. They have crazy accuracy. I'm gonna pause the ad break, because obviously, newcomer, I don't want you to have to sit through those ads there. But yeah, orbital with Jason, they can do it. I've seen some YouTube videos, I've seen some streamers do it. Some of the people who have spent a lot of time. He is fun. What killers do you play in Dead by Daylight, if you don't mind my asking? Obviously, now I'm going to become a Jason main. Jason's like one of my favorite characters of all time. I also play Michael Myers, Spirit, play a little bit of the Plague. Aw, David, you were trying to make those doors? I'm sorry, David. It's nothing personal, it's business. The entity wants me to kill. And kill I shall! Sweet, sweet, sweet suffering. I must sacrifice you to the greater good. And the greater evil. Even though technically I squared hands with the unknown. I play whatever? Ooh, spicy. You have a lot of killers that are P100, or you just, like, play for funsies? I used to play a lot more seriously back in the day. I don't play as serious anymore, because, you know, I just kind of like the vibe. I play for the vibes in Dead by Daylight, literally, nowadays. This Mori is so brutal. Light that fire. Burn, traitor, burn! Well, I think that was a good one. We got a 4K there on that map. That map is always a pain in the behind, but I think we did pretty well. Again, the reason why I'm playing on PTB Customs is because if I waited forever to get a match, it would take forever to get a full lobby going. I don't play that much, nor do I commit that much. I got everyone at least P9. I think my higher is 31 or something. I used to play a lot back when P3 was the maximum that you could do for killers, and then when they did, like, P100, I was like, I don't have time for that. I play now once in a blue moon. I'm trying to get, like, back into the game entirely because I just really enjoy playing Dead by Daylight. Because I don't take it, like, I don't really seriously. It's like I play for fun now at this point. I used to take it a lot more seriously, and then I realized that that's not the best way to play Dead by Daylight because you just kind of get burnt out playing super seriously, and you get stressed out, and then you get angry, and you rage in the game. I don't know. I have friends who are streamers that, like, they stream a lot of this and they're not, like, happy with the game because it's just, they take it too seriously now. So, I feel like you just gotta chill there. How do you feel about this anniversary chapter in general? Do you like the fact that it's just Jason? Are you disappointed at the fact that we don't, apparently, at the moment, we don't know if this changes and they for a surprise, that we don't have a map to go with Jason? Do you feel like it needed a survivor? Are you a fan of Friday the 13th, by the way? I am a fan of the Friday the 13th movies. My favorite film is Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Also, honorable mention to Friday the 13th Part 7, New Blood. The costume I have on right now is kind of like the best you could do to make Jason look like New Blood Jason. I don't think we're going to be able to find him at this point. From the PTP, it seems pretty lackluster. It feels like a normal chapter. I never watched a single Friday the 13th movie. Also, they said they'll add a survivor with the chapter when it goes live. Yeah. I'm thinking, my guess is it's probably going to be Julian, who is friends with Michaela and Sable. Michaela was a standalone survivor, but Sable was the one that was paired up with the Unknown, and since the Unknown, in lore now, has squared up with Jason, I think it would make sense to have Julian. Based on the perks, too, because, like, Julian's supposed to be, like, in lore, like, an investigator of some sort. So I think so. I was kind of hoping maybe for Rhea Ripley, because they did do the little tweet between Rhea Ripley. Thank you, whoever that was a like, subscribe, wherever it was. I do appreciate that greatly. Okay, let's pick them up. So, for the vibe, can I just call you Toucan, so I don't have to say the same whole thing? What is your top 5 killers that you would like to see included in Dead by Daylight? So if you had your top 5 picks of killers you want, and there was, like, no limitation to whoever behavior could get the license or not, what would they be? Did he go in the locker, or did he just vault? Now, that's the real question here. I think you probably just vaulted. No. Yeah, you just vaulted-ish. Okay, well, we got David. We're gonna be a filthy tunneler. Ah! Pick you up. Too bad that wasn't on your death hook. We could have done, like, a mini-Mori. I think we'll have to go for this hook over here. Chill out, David. It's just a little hook. Never hurt anyone. Such sweet, sweet suffering, Dreadknights. To be honest, I don't really care. Okay. It's within your right. Do you play any other video games? What is, like, your favorite video games? Okay, let's go here. Oh, he's a screamer. We also have Cheryl. I feel bad tunneling him, but it might be better to get him out of the game if possible. Then again, you're right in front of me. I can't pass up a good beatdown on Cheryl right now. You should go back to Silent Hill, Cheryl. Missed. Oh my god, I was so bad with that. Okay, it's fine. Don't panic. Oh, this is gonna be a loop-de-loop. I need you to slow volt that. Are you slow volting it? Yep. Actually, that was fast volt. It worked in our favor. Fire up. Did not give us any value there. None of the gens have been done yet. But, you know, bots will make those dumb plays. Now the gen goes off. Of course, now it does. It's fine. Put you on a hook. Chill out, Cheryl. Alright, I didn't really necessarily want to do that, but I did see a scratch. Are you running up there? You are. Okay. Left? No. Who are you? I hate this because the car blocks it now. Back in the day, the car didn't block it. She's not going to be able to run it again. You made a terrible mistake. I whiffed like a bot. Okay. Throw that there. Nice. Nice. Let's give a swing. Okay, that makes up for the whiff there. Let's pick her up. Okay, let's put you on this hook. We got this. You're still in a pretty good position. There's only one gen that's been popped. They're definitely crouching, though. Just for science. Nope, guessed wrong. They went for the save instead. Let's kick the gen, might as well at this point. Okay. Good. Let's look around. Alright, I don't see anything there. Where do you think they could possibly be hiding? If you were killer right now, which gen do you think they're on? I'm guessing maybe Northeast? Dead by Daylight is the only live service game I actively play. I also play through, though, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes, and currently play Tomodachi Life in my chill time. My favorite games of all time are probably Deltarune, Baldur's Gate 3, DBD, Skyrim, Stardew Valley. I also really enjoy board and card games. What about you? Oh, wow. For me, I was hoping that we could have just gotten him there. For me, my favorite games are Dead by Daylight, Diablo 4, and Diablo 3, Diablo 2, Diablo 1, Peace Out, David. I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually was a professional card player for a while in that game, as well as a couple of Earth games like Magic the Gathering. I do enjoy Stardew Valley every once in a while, as well. Baldur's Gate 3 I could never personally get into. I tried it out. I kind of got bored with... No, excuse me. Kind of got bored with the campaigns. And every time, like, I switched up characters, I just kind of got to second act and kind of dropped off with it. Like, I never was really into Dungeons and Dragons, kind of. Let's throw this here. Because a long time ago, I was in a lot of hobby shops, right? So I used to frequent hobby shops, and the people who did D&D at a hobby shop were Magic the Gathering players. And the Magic the Gathering players did not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, and this is before I played Magic the Gathering. So they kind of did what a lot of card game clicks kind of do, and were like, you can't play Dungeons and Dragons with us. So I kind of have a bit of negative sentiments to Dungeons and Dragons right now. But I tried to give Baldur's Gate 3 a chance because of it, but it didn't really work out. Delta Ruin, I played the first 2 chapters, I haven't played the rest of it yet. I'm more of a fan of Undertale. I prefer Undertale. Obviously, it's the more complete game. Board games, I like Monopoly. I just don't play as much Monopoly with it. I love TTRPGs, but doing it consistently is a pain, so I haven't done it in years. If you don't mind my asking, because I don't have that much knowledge on TTRPGs, what in particular is difficult about them? I would assume, like, if you're the dungeon master correctly, right? Is it also trying to, like, organize people to always get to a weekly meetup for that, I would assume? I'm less knowledgeable on that, so please pardon. I have an ad break coming up. I apologize for that. Usually, if it's a game I could pause, I would pause it, but this is an online service game, so I can't do that. Hopefully, it'll be one of those picture-in-picture ones. Okay. So since it's a picture-in-picture, I don't know if it's a picture-in-picture one. I'm just gonna commentate on the game thing, and then I'll answer the rest of the chat in a minute and 20 seconds or so, because I don't want to miss somebody's chat there. Try to do it a little bit differently. Try to follow the method of queso. Swing. Got her. Alright, let's break this pallet. 2 gens left. Still a pretty winnable situation, so to speak. Let's pick her up. Let's put her on a hook. Okay, good. Good. Let's wait. Put her on a hook. Nice! She's on her second death hook, so that's fine. I kind of want to kick this gen. Maybe there's somebody hanging around too. No. I will admit, this time around the bots were a little bit more stealthy. I had to think quite a bit there. Alright, 30 seconds to ad break, boys. So we're going to continue to just track here. Did she break Chase? No, she didn't, but I think there's somebody over here. I think they're trying to make the save. Me do this for science. They're not going to save? I don't think so. I mean, they would save, right? I don't think they would let David to die in the hook. They're fast vaulting, okay. Oh, you made a mistake, Fang. And you will pay with your life dearly. But they're going to save David, obviously. It's a 2-for-1 special at this point. Welcome back to Ad Break. I didn't want to read anything that was on chat, just because I don't like to operate that way. Again, had it been a game I could have paused, I would have paused it and waited for everybody to come back from Ad Break. I love TTRPGs, but doing them, I did read that. Yeah, like I was saying before, what exactly is difficult about them, if you don't mind my asking? Like, is it just, like, the organization of them? Or is it, like, I would assume Dungeon Master trying to come up with the idea and stuff? Because I guess you gotta, like, create your own campaign. Please pardon if I'm not, like, super familiar with this stuff. Again, it's not, like, stuff I've ever done. Like, board game-wise, my sister and I play a lot of Monopoly whenever we get together. But we never get to finish a game because it just goes on forever. I don't know anybody who ever wants to finish a game of Monopoly. I used to play, like, even the virtual version of Monopoly from Ubisoft, even though Ubisoft is a company I try to, like, She's injured. I thought she was on her death stab from there. I love a good game of Monopoly, even though I'm kind of terrible at it from time to time. I suck at dice rolls, despite the fact playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game, I haven't played too much lately. Like, I was playing up until last format, both TCG and Master Duel. And then I just kind of was like, what's the point in doing it anymore? Because it felt like I was just playing solitaire. It was a matter of coin toss or dice roll wins the game. On top of that, the thing with, like, Master Duel, and this is why a lot of people are probably unhappy with me on YouTube at the moment, is because I was doing a lot of Master Duel and brought in a lot of people. I don't have fun playing the game anymore. You know, so for me, when I'm not having fun playing a game, and it's not fun for me to stream the game, and not fun to participate in the game, I always kind of step away from that. I'm surprised that she did that. I thought she would have dropped the pallet there. So that's why I'm not even, like, taking a break from Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. I just kind of quit. I haven't sold, like, my stuff yet, but I do have Master Duel uninstalled. I don't think I have any intention of coming back. Because I also played OCG, and now they're, like, getting Elf Note, and they have Cool Tune in it. It's not a fun format to play. So I'm like, until there's, like, significant changes to the game, wake me up. I'll go play other things. I'm probably played mostly now TCG-wise. Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon TCG. I enjoy it. People's lives shift more often than you think, and constantly replanning sessions is hard. Scheduling is the #1 campaign killer by far. I see you over there. You also have to manage everyone's different expectations. Like last time I played, one person in a group wanted 2 or 3 hour sessions, and another person wanted 5-hour sessions. That would become difficult. You know, I feel that way a lot about streaming, to be honest with you, Toucan. So, like, when I stream, I usually can only stream about 2 hours. The reason for that is I've killed my voice. I've done this for 6 years already. So sometimes when I get, like, super animated, case in point, yesterday's YouTube video, or not YouTube video, but YouTube stream that I did, it hurts. It hurts my voice quite a bit. Thank you, by the way, Vibrant Toucan, for the follow here on Twitch TV. I do greatly appreciate that. Most importantly, I appreciate you. So my voice will hurt a lot from doing 2-hour sessions, sometimes anything over that if I'm very animated. So I understand in terms of time frame, that expectation. Where is it? I hear the hatch. I feel the hatch. I'll be the hatch maybe here in a second. We can get the hatch. I think it might be either around the rock. If it's not around the rock, it's somewhere close. Could it be on the cliff itself? It does spawn on the cliff itself. Let's look around. Quick sec. Just in case. I'm thinking it's the cliff. It's not the car. Yeah, the audio key is getting lower. It has to be on the cliff then. Yeah, I see it. You saw the aura up there? That's how I know. Alright. We just got to deal with that troublesome blonde. I used to play Master Duel a bit years ago. I did also... Or, excuse me, I also did GOAT on Duelbook for a while. But now I only play Yu-Gi-Oh! FM from time to time because it's a good time waster. I'm not familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! FM. I am familiar with, obviously, I mentioned Master Duel. I play a lot of Duel Links, because I like to play Rush Duel format. But I don't know if you could consider that, like, Duel Links, or even Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point. I do enjoy some Duel Links when it's Rush Duels. I used to play the other one that people... What was it? Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro back in the day? I don't know if it's still around. But then again, like, I kind of dropped off with all that stuff now. Forbidden Memories is a PS1 game. I am familiar with the game. The game is so hard to beat. I think I beat it maybe one time in my whole entire life. It's even less Yu-Gi-Oh! Than Rush Duels. I also like, what is it? Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses for the PlayStation 2. This kind of confirms I'm a millennial. Spoiler alert. But I do enjoy Duelist of the Roses because it's so different of a game. I would love for them to kind of port that in, like, a game collection. Kind of like how they did the old GBA games. Like, I do have to buy the memory collection because I have been in the mood to play Dungeon Dice Monsters. I actually own Dungeon Dice Monster stuff. And I can't find anybody who's willing to play a game of Dungeon Dice Monsters with me anymore. Most of my friends have sold it. Most of the hobby shops around me don't want to play it, even though they still have product of it that they can never move. Oh man, if I could get Dungeon Dice Monsters game going. Okay, good. Pick it. Uh-oh. ISP-san, don't do stupid stuff. Okay. Good. Got a good kill going there. Boom, boom, boom. Need some hydration here. Sorry about the quietness, I just needed a sip of hydration. Let's switch cosmetics here, shall we? Seems like ISP-san wants to be a little bit dumb now. So if you're experiencing any troubles, my apologies for that. I don't have control. I have Spectrum internet, so Spectrum's pretty bad at times. Sometimes it'll just be like, hey, it's peak hours, let's do some tomfoolery. Hopefully that won't end stream. If not, I have to end, which I don't want to do that. We'll see. Stay confident that we can ride the storm here. Whew, it's very hot. I should have probably put a fan on. I don't have AC on at the moment. Yes, yes, thank you, Nightbot. Thank you, thank you. Let's see if we can get this one done. Disturb Ward. Finally a different map. This is ideal for what we're trying to accomplish here. Alright. Looks like ISP-san decided now it's fine. Hopefully you didn't run into any trouble. I think it's more of a big deal on YouTube. That's why I kind of hate YouTube streaming these days. Because on YouTube, instead of like the stream just staying in perfect quality, what usually happens is you like have this stuttering and stuff. Oh, wow! 2-for-1 special there. Okay. Good. Let's see if I can run this loop here. Okay, nice, nice, nice. A little bit of scratch marks. Which way did they go? They're running this way. They're probably looking for the pallet. Because the thing about these bots are they're programmed a certain way, so they're always like desperate to run the usual stuff. So they always kind of go for an area where there's a window, an area where there's a vault spot, and an area where there's a pallet. In a way, they kind of think exactly like survivors, but sometimes they'll do like this weird stuff too. See here? I heard her. I thought that was going to trigger Killer Instinct. That was not to be the case. Is anybody looking forward to any video games that are coming out in the future? For me, I'm looking forward to Halloween the game. I was kind of skeptical because at first I was like, oh, it's Ilphonic, and Gun is kind of helping with the publishing of it. But I've been seeing a lot of gameplay footage of it from the various different game cons that it's been showing off, or, you know, because they've been doing a bunch of demos for people. I'm watching a bit of Slash and Cast. Uh-oh, can we get that? And Slash and Cast had like a really big deep dive on it, which I think was pretty good. So I'm looking forward. I'm optimistic for Halloween the game. I just kind of hope it doesn't suffer the fate of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was a game that, you know, I don't know how many people here probably played it, but I played the demo of the game, and I thought it was an okay game, and then I was planning to originally buy the base game of it, but then I saw a lot of, like, negativity between the player base, and I saw, like, the devs were not handling a lot of constructive criticism well, and that kind of soured me on it. So, like, now, with Halloween the game, I was like, she got that ballot, that's just fine. I was kind of thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't know, you know, with Texas Chainsaw, then I was like, I don't think I want to really spend money on it, because it looked like it was going to have issues. But Halloween seems a little bit more promising, because this is from Ilphonic, really. And Ilphonic were the people who did the actual game itself of Friday the 13th, and then Gun was the ones, to my knowledge, that were responsible for, like, the motion capture, more say, and, like, for getting the actors, and maybe not so much the graphics, if I read the article correctly. I'm looking forward to the sequel to an indie game I like. I'm not going to buy Halloween the game purely because of Gun and Ilphonic. Yeah. I'm gonna buy it, but I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic. Again, like, Ilphonic, I think they make pretty good games, but the fact that they always connect them to always online connectivity is the big thing. Like, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I bought the game, and then I refunded the game in 2 hours. Because I picked it up when it was on sale, and I was like, I like the game, but the game, then I noticed, has, like, always online. I'm like, well, when this game's server shut down eventually, which will probably be in the not-too-distant future, like, and I couldn't get any lobbies going, too, which was, like, a major deal breaker. I'm like, oh, I haven't played this game for under 2 hours. Well, then, I gotta refund it. And it was an Ilphonic game. I thought it was a good game, but again, like, you know, I always have a special spot for Friday the 13th the game. That was, like, my jump off. I did play Friday the 13th the game over on YouTube channel a couple days back. Hi, David. Why were you standing still, David? Let's throw this. Okay, good. I might check out the Hellraiser game, because the Hellraiser game looks interesting too, and the fact that it's not, thankfully, an asymmetrical horror game, and it's actually just a narrative experience. Because I was like, I like horror games, and don't get me wrong, I'll play an asymmetrical horror game whenever I want to, and when I'm feeling up to it, but I don't want every horror game property to be an asymmetrical horror game, if you know what I mean. Like, this is why I was quite upset over, I don't know how many people are even going to know about this, Puppet Master, the game. For those of you who don't know, that's based on a Full Moon Features film franchise about literal puppets that go around killing people. So they decided to make a free-to-play game for it. And I was very excited when they announced, like, there was a single-player portion for the game. And then they pushed nothing but multiplayer, and they were trying to push, like, a lot of monetization inside the game, which I understand is free-to-play. So, like, the game, at best, only ever had 70 people on the servers, and they were never on at the same time, and then the game started to drop off. And I give credit to the developers of the game. They tried their very best to kind of, like, add new free content to the game, but they never did anything to actually make the multiplayer modes, which is the ones that they were pushing the most, playable. Because if there's nobody to play the game with, how do I play the multiplayer modes? And people asked for a while, from the game's inception, too, like, if there's, like, if we could play with a bot in online mode for the main mode, which I forgot the name of it now because it's so forgettable at this point, why can't we have, like, bots for the rest of the modes? Because that would at least extend the longevity of the game. Unfortunately, the developers of that game didn't really want to listen to it. They said that it was too expensive to add bots to the game. I don't know if this is true because Charlie the Legend, which is another game that failed miserably as an asymmetrical horror game, was able to put bots into their game. It didn't work perfectly, but it was in there, so Puppet Master game then failed tremendously, which made me particularly, like, super sad. Because I do like the franchise. I thought the game was a good idea, but sometimes it's proof that don't make every game an asymmetrical game. I considered playing Killer Clowns, but in the past 3 months, it has never surpassed 50 simultaneously on at a time. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that's kind of, for me, at the moment. Like, I'm scared about that. You know? That's why I refunded it. So I was like, yeah, I saw what was going to happen with that. Like, that's my purchases nowadays when it comes to video games. It's like I have to see that you have a very large player base for me to get into it. Because if you don't have a high consistent player base and there's no offline functionality, I don't want to buy it. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Stop Buying Games campaign, but that's definitely something that I support. For those of you who don't know, Stop Buying Games was a movement that started online in which gamers wanted developers to include offline playability for any game that had always online functionality or that was an always online game. It caught so much wind that it was presented to UK Parliament, and they definitely got behind it in the UK. I think they have yet to vote on it, if I remember correctly. It started to now gain traction in the United States. So in the United States, today in particular, in California, they voted on the bill and approved it for Stop Killing Games. Now, whether this gets actually put into fruition everywhere, because they're trying to get this in all of the United States, where if a developer shuts down a game that's always online, they either have to have a patch that adds offline functionality, to the game, or they have to refund people up to $60. Now, this wouldn't apply, keep this in mind, to games that are already out. So this wouldn't apply to Dead by Daylight. This wouldn't apply to, like, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This wouldn't apply to games like Fortnite, but any other game that actually is released in the future would have to abide by these rules. There's a big push to try to get this approved even in Congress entirely, so that this law is everywhere, so that gamers would have protection. What does everybody in chat feel about that? Like, I feel it's fine. There are some game developers that are complaining that it will cost them more money in terms of the development side. But most of the developers that are complaining about it are developers that are AAA games titles that make a lot of money unless the game fails. There are some indie devs that are complaining about it again, but how many indie games do you know that have, like, online multiplayer that don't already include single-player offline. I'll give you an example. Repo has single-player offline. Peak has single-player offline. Content Warning does not, and Lethal Company does not, right? Okay. But those games wouldn't be affected by that anyway. You know, so... I mostly buy games that have a lot of single-player capacity, but I also extremely stingy with games, especially microtransactions. I agree with you 100%. Like, I'm guilty... Like, I got into the Fortnite craze a while back, so I did buy, like, a lot of Fortnite skins back in the day. I played for a while. Fortnite now, though, I can't get into it anymore, because there's just stuff they're doing in terms of the direction of the game that I'm like, I don't care for this. It's not me. For me, when I buy video games, I try to have games that are, like, single-player functionality as well. Microtransactions, I don't like them in games. I played Diablo 4, but I really hate, like, sometimes back in the day, they would push a lot of the shop. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that. Like, DLC is different, because it's DLC, it's add-on content. So, like, if you don't want to buy that, you don't have to buy it. I also hate games in a way, even though some people might argue this is the case in Dead by Daylight, although you don't necessarily have to buy every chapter and killer to be able to get perks. But I really don't like when games try to become, like, pay-to-win, too, in a way. I wouldn't necessarily say Dead by Daylight's like that, because you can put just about any perks on and you'll do okay, and also perks do come in to that shop rotation where you can reroll them, and if you're smart, you can farm for iridescent shards. Oh, there's footprints here, but... You know, I haven't bought as many video games anymore. I think the last thing I got was a Repo. Because I've been scaling back, because again, there's not too many releases that I'm really interested in. I'm also the type of streamer that does not necessarily stream what everybody else is streaming. So, like, the rage right now is Subnautica 2. I never played any of the Subnautica games anyway, right? So I feel like if I were to stream Subnautica 2, I would just be doing what everybody else is doing. So I don't like to chase trends, I guess is the saying. If you get what I'm saying. Almost every license in DBD I bought on sale, and I also spend... That's euros, correct? On Hearthstone ones. And besides that, I don't think I've ever bought a microtransaction. Good for you, good for you. I just heard there was a drama with Subnautica 2 Terms of Service. There is. Basically, in the Terms of Service, it says... I don't think they've changed it yet, but to my knowledge, it says that you don't own the game. It says you're basically paying to rent the game. Which, when you think about it, a lot of these games nowadays, even on Steam, is like that, but they don't use that wording, but they use that wording for Subnautica, particularly. Also, in the Terms of Service, I think it said something along the lines that content creators do not own any of the content that they make for Subnautica 2, and that it's, like, subjected to ownership of the developers, meaning that if you stream Subnautica 2 at any point, and you're, like, probably a big streamer that is making a lot of money off of it, and maybe you say something negative about it, maybe you don't like the game, maybe there's something else about it that you don't really vibe with, they could basically then just, like, pull your video and have you, like, demonetized or your streaming stuff for it. So that had me personally wary, because I did know about that. I'm glad that you brought it up, because I didn't really want to bring it up myself on stream. But yeah, there's a big thing with the license. The what is it called? ELUA license. So that had me wary on that game. That was actually... one of those things that they tried to do in Marvel Rivals, and then Marvel Rivals backtracked on it. When Marvel Rivals was coming out, and it was, like, in the open beta stages, I think it was called, and, like, early release version of the game, they had a ELU license agreement that said that you were not allowed to, as a content creator, talk negatively about the game. Like, if you didn't like certain aspects of the game, you couldn't give constructive criticism, and they also tried to pull the thing of anything that you make content-wise you don't own. They got a really big pushback for it in the beginning, and then they completely reverted that policy and realized how negative that would have been for them. I think most developers should not do that. I'm kind of hoping the developers of Subnautica 2 change their mind on that, because I think it's not necessarily a good look, and I think that one of the most important things to have in video games, particularly if you want your video games to thrive and to continue to flourish, is to be able to have dialogues and have constructive criticism. Now, I'm not going to be one of these people that says that there aren't sometimes fans of games that will curse out developers and be mean. That can happen, but that is so few and far between sometimes. You know what? And again, I think it's very important to have constructive dialogues with game developers, because at the end of the day, if somebody that's a gamer gives feedback and it's actual constructive criticism I'm talking about, not like these people suck, etc., etc. This is stuff that helps improve your games and will help extend the longevity of it, which is why sometimes I don't understand sometimes the stuff that I see. I'll give an example. Peak, which is a game that I have played on YouTube before. Peak, apparently there were some players who were wanting like more new content for the game, and they put out like a content update a couple months ago at this point, maybe 2 months ago. And the developers after that apparently had a interview with somebody, and they said that content updates should not be considered, I forget the wording, but it was something along the lines of like extra content is not a right or an obligation. It's like, if we feel like doing it, it was something along the lines of that. And I thought it was kind of, like, insensitive considering how much, like, I understand if you're finished with the game, and I think that there's a different way of doing it as a developer, where you could just say something as simple as, like, we appreciate your enthusiasm for Peak as a game. Concurrently, we are satisfied with our development on this game, and if maybe we want to revisit it in the future, we will, but for all intents and purposes, we have a full complete game that we're happy with. Instead, they took the evil route. You know, like, I understand maybe they're tired of developing for Peak, and maybe they were hoping it wasn't gonna blow up as big, but, you know, it's all about PR, too, sometimes, man. There are times, I'll tell you, Dreadknights, I'll tell you, there are times when I'm on the internet, and people are mean to me, and I have to hold my tongue, like, I can't say what I really, truly want to say sometimes. Because I know I have to, like, try to avoid bad PR and stuff, which is very difficult sometimes as a VTuber. But, you know, sometimes it's all about tact. And on top of that, at the end of the day, this is just like a disclaimer to everybody. Whether you're developers, whether you're viewers, whether you're content creators yourself, whether you're VTubers, etc., etc. Always be kind to people, please. Please, please. I know it's the internet. People like to be mean to people. It's so easy to be mean to people. It's so hard to be kind to people sometimes. Like, be bad or bad. We live in a very cruel world right now where people are a lot mean because of all the stuff going on in the world. Let's not add to it, right? Right? If you feel me in chat. You know? I think we all can relate to be kind to everyone. Let's see here. I don't know if we're going to be able to here, Dreadknights. Oh, never mind. Turn around. Hello there! What are you doing there? You touching my gen? I can't have you having that. No. Oh, I missed. We should have missed it. It's very easy to fall into negativity these days. Yes. It's so true. So true. It's so true. Let's rip this out. Rip his guts. This is not faint for the heart. I love this Moray. This is like straight up brutal Jason in my opinion. Light the fire. How do you like your survivor? I like mine extra crispy. I hear the hatch. Don't see it. It's behind. It's not in the house. No, it's definitely not in the house. Maybe it's behind the rock? Rock! Oh, no. It's not there. Not there at all. Turn around. Turn around. Not there. Where the heck is this hatch? I am terrible at finding hatch. This is why on live servers, when I'm playing against other people, I always have people escape via hatch. I have no awareness for this hatch. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I don't see that. Is it behind me? It's probably behind me. If he gets through the hatch, I deserve this. There it is. I'm completely blind, confirmed. Maybe I need to put some glasses on my strainer bottle. But yeah, it is very easy to fall for negativity these days. Like, I had an interesting situation with a friend that I think was a miscommunication a couple days back. And I might have been guilty a little bit of feeding into a bit of negativity. Because, you know, the saying cooler heads should prevail. I didn't have a cooler head at the moment because I was, like, a bit not willing to communicate stuff. And I feel bad about that to a certain degree. But, you know, we really shouldn't feed into negativity, right? So, we gotta be better as human beings. Even I can be a little bit better as a human being sometimes. Alright. Let's pick this up. Oh, no! Kill. Duh. Why pick her up? Swing, rip her guts. I think it's so cool, too, that you could just do... You know, you can have Jason in a game where you also have Cheryl that's running away from him from Silent Hill. You can have him killing Resident Evil characters. You can have Resident Evil characters escaping from him. You can have Laura Croft escaping from Jason. We can have... Well, Myers is no longer in the game, Michael Myers. But I do have his chapter anyway, so you can have Laurie Strode running away. I think all that stuff is really cool. Do I have time for one more? Let me see. I think I have one more in me for today. Like I said, my vocal cords over the years has been pretty damaged from screaming and being super active. So I don't stream as long as I used to because it hurts. It hurts. I'm trying to avoid what happens to a lot of streamers where then they need, like, vocal cord surgery. On my budget, well, I have a better budget than I'm leading on to, but on my budget, like, getting surgery that would keep me out for a while would probably not be a good idea. On top of that, vocal cord surgery is no joke. You know, many people have had to deal with that. It's not fun. Let's get this Ebb and Morty. So I take it, Toucan, you will be buying the Jason chapter when it drops. Will you be picking up the Survivor? I'll probably pick up both of them. I mean, Jason is definitely a yes. We're gonna snooze this ad. As much as I like to earn money, I don't like to earn money at the start of a match. Streamers muting their actual ads. Crazy. Right? Unheard of! Nah, like I said, I try to operate a little bit differently. I understand people don't want to sit through ads on Twitch a lot. I get it. I understand. Alright. We're at the cow shed again. I've gotten this map, what, 3 or 4 times today. It is the bane of my existence at this point. This is going to give me fatigue. They're all bunched up. Well, they're giving me the true Survivor experience right now. Swing your partner, dose it down. Surprisingly ran straight there. I shouldn't have been able to get away with that. Against a regular player, probably not. Alright. Swing! Ah! Let's pick you up. Alright, David, you are my first victim for the day. Hang out. I think we stabbed him in the back of the neck with the hook. That may make you want to scream too. So, if you were a survivor actually in this video game, and you were stuck in the fog with Jason Voorhees, what would you do? Chances are I would be the first one on the hook. I'd probably be the first one to be worried too. Dread is athletic to a degree, but not super athletic. So I probably can't run from him. And on top of that, I'm very yappy, as you can tell. So I probably would talk too much to the survivors, try to get them directions and trying to, like, escape. So I'd probably be dead quickly. Cheryl, you ran that loop pretty badly. Not all bots are created equal, confirmed. Alright, let's see if I can throw them here. I gotta throw this spear, but... Why did I do that? I mean, it worked, but it didn't work the right way against a real player that would know. Oh, no. Oh, that's clippable. I have the attention span of a goldfish with those spears today. I actually was hitting better spears on YouTube yesterday. It's kind of crazy. I do want to try to do, like, orbitals of them, but I need way more practice to try to do that. I also want to see what they're going to do on the live server for him. Because I feel like there's 1 or 2 add-ons that could be improved a little bit. Or changed a bit. I know people want to give him 4.4 speed, but as you've seen with the build I've used today, if you use Fire Up, you don't need 4.4 speed. You'll get it back anyway. I have 4.6 speed, because they're angry he's 4.4. I don't know, man. I mean, he feels quick enough to me. I mean, maybe against Survive with friend groups, it's a little bit different story, because I've seen some people get dunked on. You're gonna go through the window, I might not be able to hit you. That's fine. I like Fired Up. It is a very good perk. I like the fact I reworked it. I also like Brutal Strength. I think there's some use for it on Jason. But I have to, like, there's a different couple of builds I want to test out. This is one more like my Gen Regression speed up build. This is more for, like, playing late game. I mean, also you could probably play Corrupted Intervention if you wanted. If I remember, that's the name of the perk. The one that blocks off certain gens for like 120 seconds, if it's still 120 seconds. I'm still kind of surprised that, like, a lot of people, when they announced Jason, were like, he's just going to be Trapper 2.0. Does this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, does this look like Trapper 2.0 to you? I've played Trapper before. This is not Trapper in any sense of the word. Oh, I missed that, too. Oh. Maybe fatigue is setting in. Maybe my eyes are getting a little cross-eyed here. Like, this doesn't feel like Trapper at all. Maybe people think about the speed instead of not. Like, I used to play Trapper. I didn't play Trapper good. Guess what Dread used to do? My Trapper would always step in the traps, because I would forget where I put my traps. Because the matches would go on forever. This was back before Dead by Daylight had got him that time. The quote-unquote skill-based matchmaking. This was back in the days before, like, the ranking worked the way that it does now. So I would be sitting in, like, green or yellow ranks. I would be playing Trapper for funsies. I would get paired up with nothing but Iridescent. Red, for those of people who don't know, that was red ranks back then. Red rank was the highest then. And they were always survive with friends. Always on comms. I was in them for a bad time. I would step on my traps because I was so fixated on trying to figure out their plays and everything that I forget where the traps are. I hit them in places where you would expect to find them, and I'm like, oh, I stepped on a trap again. And I stopped playing Trapper because of that. I should probably revisit him some point. Maybe just for fun. I want to play Spirit again, too. I think Jason's fine, power-wise. Not every killer needs to compete with Blight. 100% agree with that. Some killers should just be like A-tier. I like Springtrap. Springtrap is a very good killer. He's not perfect, but he's fun. I would rather have a killer that's fun versus a killer that's, like, meta sometimes. You know? Because at the end of the day, I just want to have fun. I don't want to put people on the hook. I just want to see, like, one of my favorite, like, licensed characters or a cool original character do some cool things. My apologies, there's an ad break coming up concurrently. I cannot snooze this one. Hopefully it won't be very long. Unfortunately, I'm not playing a game I can pause. Alright. So we'll just commentate on gameplay because of that, okay? I don't know if it's a picture-in-picture one. I don't have a second monitor, so I can't see. But I don't want people who are potentially on an ad break seeing. Did the ad break snooze itself? I don't know. Okay. Dreadknights is an ad playing for you. Maybe it's not. Hopefully it was just a picture-in-picture one. So anyway, I am going to track these footsteps here and see. I can jump scare them there. She was behind me? How did she run that quick? I guess in the time that I went to their teleport. Oh, Fang. Oh, Fang, where are you, Fang? Fangy, come back. 1. 2. Fangy, come back. She looped it again. Block that. Okay, they broke my Hex Ruin. I was expecting that. We got a little bit of value there from Fire Up, though. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Give chase. She's still looping that? No, she's not. She went a different way. That's kind of surprising. Boom, 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 boom. His chase music is good. I know a lot of people wanted the original Friday 13th music, but you can't do that because of the lawsuit, unfortunately. If they could, they would put it in. I think this is good chase music. And would like a bit of ma to it, though. That would kind of be the cherry on top here for that spear. Too late. Yeah, I'm way too late on that. Even I know that. We lost the spear. We lost the gen. I might be able to make the window here. I am. Okay. Now we'll just step through. Good thing is we roll through the window, so my add-on gives me a spirit as well. Nice, nice, nice. May I ask you a weird question? Depends how weird it is. If it's something that's, like, super personal, probably I can't answer it. But you're more than welcome to. If it's not, like, super personal, I might answer it. If it's not something, you know, it depends on the line of questioning. But go ahead. Feel free to ask me. As long as it's not, do you need any graphic design? Would you rather eat pizza with marshmallows and guacamole or pizza with banana and anchovies? Huh. I will take pizza with marshmallows and guacamole. And welcome back anybody who is on ad break right now. I didn't know if it was one of those ad breaks where I couldn't actually read chat or not. Okay. I didn't want, like, people to miss something, like, I will take pizza with marshmallows and guacamole. I like guacamole. I've never tried it on pizza. That could be fascinating. I don't know how marshmallows would taste on pizza, but I do like marshmallows. As for banana and anchovies, I don't eat fish. Fish are friends, not food. I kept fish in a fish tank. One of my biggest inspirations as a VTuber is a fish from way, way back. So I can't, fish are my friends. I don't eat fish. Aren't marshmallows just sugar? They are sugar. That is true. But I don't like anchovies. And I also don't like bananas. I don't eat bananas. I missed that spear. I thought I was going to hit her there. I'm not a fan of bananas. So I'm sorry, banana bread lovers in chat and on VOD. I don't rock with that. I have to break this pallet. I don't think I can. Yeah, she's just got too safe of one. Damn. Which one would you pick? If you had a choice. Let me turn the question on you. Okay, good. Nice, nice, nice. I think we can hit her. No! Oh, man. I think a real survivor would have went in that direction there. Almost certainly, I think they would have went in. And the bots have these weird loop patterns that they do. Well, take that, Faye. Nobody likes you. I would pick guacamole and marshmallows. Good choice, good choice, good choice. Alright, let me ask everybody in chat right now a question as well. Does pineapple go on pizza or not? I have a friend that likes pineapple on pizza. I can't stand pineapple on pizza, but I would be willing to have pineapple on pizza for my friends and for people I care about, because that's what you do. But I don't like it. I love Jason's iconic invisible gas canister. Yeah, I like the fact that the fog rolls in. Like, I don't know if you've seen Frey versus Jason, but a lot of that movie, whenever he's moving about, that big fog. I tried it once and I didn't like it. It wasn't, yeah. I don't like it. Here's the debate too, though. Like, if you have a friend and they don't like pineapple on their pizza, here's the solution. Can't you get, like, half the pie pineapple and the other half whatever you like? Like, make compromises, right? It's all about compromises. And what isn't even the taste, but more like it was hotter than the regular. Oh, so you're not a fan of spicy food? I'm a huge fan of spicy food. I eat a lot of halal food. Halal food's like chicken over rice with like, what's it called? Tahini sauce? I'm mispronouncing that. It's the... Please don't take this out of context. The white sauce that's like cucumber sauce with the red spicy food. No, not hot and spicy, hot in temperature. Oh, I see. So like for me, I like eat even... Any of you ever heard of the Carolina Reaper pepper? I eat stuff as hot as that. I have done the one chip challenge, not on stream. It's kind of dangerous to do that, but yeah, I like that stuff hot. Hot in temperature. Well, the thing about it for me with pineapple is it's, like, very sweet. And although I like sweet things, I don't like that... Like, I've... This is so silly for me to say, but, like, I have had, technically, pineapple in pina coladas, obviously. I like it as a drink. I don't like it as a food. Does that make sense? And not like an alcoholic drink. I'm talking about a drink in general. But on my pizza, like, I don't like fruit. The pineapple as a fruit. You know, it's the same thing with oranges. I don't mind orange juice, but I don't like to eat oranges. I like apples. I don't like to eat the apples. I would prefer to drink the juice. I'm just a weird human being like that, I suppose. Let's throw the spear. Got her, because she was a straight line there. Good. But again, it's that safe palette. I'm not the biggest pineapple fan, to be honest. It is too acidic. Or something, I don't know. Yeah, I get that. Like, that acidic taste to it. Yeah, because it's got that, like, tanginess to it. If you're, like, somebody who suffers from, like, acid reflux... How did you miss that one? It could be pretty bad, right? Swing. One of these days, I would love to do on stream, but I've never played it. Have any of you ever heard of a game, Scrandle? Scrandle is a thing where you look at, like, food at Stadium, and you try to figure out which price everybody picked. Like, I've seen a couple people play it. I've seen Sachi play it. He's a very good artist. I've seen Nimi Nightmare. I don't know how many of you are familiar with her play it. I've seen Doobie play it a little bit, too. I think I got today 4 out of 10. I've never played it, but I'm interested in it. And the thing about it is, whenever I watch people play Scrandle, I get hungry. And it's ironic because a lot of time I see people play Scrandle, it's like super late at night for me. And I'm like, damn it, I want some of this food now, and I can't make it. Like, last night, I made hot dogs. Because I don't want to eat any fast food outside. Hot dogs are not good for you, though. And I had hot dogs, like Nathan hot dogs, because I had bought them, but I didn't get to eat them for Memorial Day. It's a holiday here in America, North America, where I am. So I decided to make hot dogs yesterday. They came out pretty good. I mean, I could make a one mean fried hot dog. Not that there's much to do with a hot dog, but then when I was making the hot dog, it's like, should I post this photo? It would be a good photo for Scrandle, even though it's got to be Stadium. But I'd like to try it. I know there's, like, Wordle and other games like that, but I'm terrible at, like, word games. I mean, as I mentioned before, I'm a fan of dungeon crawlers, action RPGs, horror games, stuff of that nature. Had they been on Death Hook there, I could have killed them. So unfortunate. I could have given the Mini Mori. I've been trying to get the Mini Mori on stream for days. It just won't happen. It just won't happen. I want it on stream. Just once on stream. The streamer gods today were not kind to me. But, I mean, we've gotten a couple of 4Ks. Obviously, when we go to live servers and we play Jason against our survivor, the experience is going to be much more different. We're going to be humbled. And certainly. But this is why I wanted to practice on PTB. So I kind of have a feel for him. And then we can really start testing him out. I'm saving up blood points, too. It won't be enough to obviously P100 him, but I'm saving blood points so we can get P3 for him. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. But, you know, I'm up for a challenge every once in a while. There's so many killers I gotta go back to. Chucky, too, because I abandoned my poor Chucky once he wasn't able to scamper under the pallets anymore. I was like, I literally did the Toy Story thing to him. I don't want to play with you anymore, despite the fact Chucky's one of my favorite killers. Not only in, like, Dead by Daylight, but, like, as a franchise. It's like Jason, Chucky, Freddy, Michael Myers fans. And then the creature from The Thing, the 1982 one. Those are, like, my 5 top favorite. Leatherface, sorry, Bubba. You're cool and all. You're, like, in the bottom of the barrel. There are 10. Ghostface fans, I'm sorry, Ghostface fans. You're on the bottom there. Pinhead fans from Hellraiser, I'm sorry. You're, like, in the bottom 10 as well. Alright. Pennywise fans, I'm sorry. You don't even make the list. Even though Tim Curry's Pennywise was, in my opinion, humble opinion, way better than I forgot who played him in the remakes, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, but I prefer Tim Curry. Tim Curry, I hope your health improves, because I think he's in a wheelchair now. His is perfect. Don't you want a balloon, bucko? Everyone floats here. It's just something about his voice and the way he plays Pennywise in the miniseries for It. This was like from the 90s, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about. It was before Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. There was actually a miniseries with Tim Curry was Pennywise. The now deceased John Ritter, may he rest his soul, played one of the characters. I forgot exactly which character by name he played. There was another famous actress that was the redhead, that she was very famous. A lot of famous actors, and it was good. Obviously, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 is closer to novels, which I have read the novel of It. Pretty good. If you've never read the novel, I do suggest reading it, because even Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, there's stuff that they had to omit for the movie, because it wouldn't... There's no way you could have put it in the movie. Just no way. Now we're at the famous standoff. What will it be, Dreadknights? What will it be? Who? Will he escape? Probably not. Because I've never seen a bot that's able to get out the doors. Sorry about your luck. Is it Rebecca? No, it's Cheryl. We were playing against Rebecca yesterday. Anybody here a fan of South Park? Sorry about your freaking luck, Rebecca. Can't say the rest of the song, though, because it obviously get in trouble. I don't want to get sued by South Park. Let's see here. Where are you, girl? Baby, come back. You can rely on me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. That should be a sound alert on here. Alright, we gotta lock in. We gotta lock in here. Mods, can you help me? I need some motivation right now. Give me some motivation, please, to find Cheryl. Not exactly the one I wanted, mods, but hey. Lava Chicken! Get yours today! I'm not sponsored by Lava Chicken or Minecraft, but at any time, Dread is willing to sell out. Just saying. Alright. Oh, she's gonna vault that. I have to follow her. Unless she moves? Oh, thank goodness. Because that first game, she didn't want to drop down from there. I think she's gonna, honestly, should we teach her a lesson? She could die to the entity. Just for the funsies here. Oh, I used the power too. That's the one problem. I was going for the R when I hit the wrong button. Skill issue, it doesn't matter. She'll die an entity. I mean, that's a fun way to end the day too, right? Because a jump scare, but I won't be able to get back there. Yep. Don't do this in live servers. That's how they get the hatch. Alright. Nerf 4K, I had a lot of fun. I had many fun games of Dead by Daylight today. I think Jason is in a pretty good position. I think Fire Up for this build is pretty good. I was using Hex Ruin, basic gem regression. So it's Hex Ruin, Surge, Merciless Storm, and then Fire Up was the last one. We'll go into just chatting a quick second here, Dreadknights. Alright. So, that was Dead by Daylight. I hope you enjoyed Dead by Daylight. I had a lot of fun playing it. Jason is a very strong killer. Now, for people who are new, I stream on Tuesdays. Goof night. Thank you for coming. I stream on Tuesdays and I stream on Fridays here on Twitch, 5 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do not stream on weekends. I'm on YouTube as well, so if you haven't been following me on YouTube, definitely make sure to subscribe to me over on YouTube. I, on YouTube, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I break up the streams between them. Thank you to everybody that hung out. Thank you to everybody that chatted. Thank you to everybody that lurked. VOD watchers, if you watched, I do also appreciate that. I will see you back here on Tuesday. I don't know what we're playing. If not, catch me on Monday. I'm probably going to play some Monster Hunter Wilds on Monday, so that should be a fun experience anyway. Thanks again. I do greatly appreciate it. Most importantly, I appreciate you, and I'll see you all for the next one. Until next time, guys.